Hello, Gossip Nation. This is Gossip Gala, and my name is God's Beauty Israel, aka the Lady Vibe, aka Planty Planty, aka Gossip Batty. You know, when you see my face, you know that it's time to gossip officially. You understand? All right. So on this one, Oni's not here today, and I really don't know what's going on with her. I just hope she's good. But let's talk about the tea. What is happening on social media? The latest thing now is this. Hey God, you know one thing about Nigerians. See, I get the whole let's have faith, hope. I like I get it. Be optimistic. But you know my problem with you guys is most of the times people don't like to face reality. Make it make sense to me when somebody tells you what you just need to do is fill this form. You don't feel Lamabi and no wahala. Just sit down, make AC cool you small. Then after you've sat down for probably 30 minutes, then he calls back and say, I said, they look at now. I know say you don't really get money, but after now, you start making millions. And the next thing you hear is, oh, okay. So we just need you to send 10,000 naira to this account number. Just give it that's exactly how the man will be doing it. Give it with his pot belly. Let's say 1 week. 1 week. My sister, just 1 week. You understand? You would see 100,000 naira in your account. Then you shall praise the Lord. This is not me trying to mock anybody, but come on now, come on. You people make me laugh every time. And trust me, when I hear this kind of stories, it just helps me as a script writer because really, I mean, just thinking about this right now, like I said, it's just going to be a man in his early 30s, with a spot belly because again it's part of those people that always overdrink that have this kind of mentality. Again, this is not me insulting you. This is the kind of things that I see in Lagos. You understand? I'm only telling you what I see. Then you now see him and they tell one, maybe a woman in her either late 20s. No, I'm late 20s. Yeah, let's say late 20s, but uneducated. Does that make sense? Yeah, because that has to be a good combo. Do you understand? Or probably somebody a guy in his early 20s, yeah, that's still in school but still want extra funds. Do you understand? Because he sees that his guys has the money to woo some certain kind of girl, so he needs, money to the money that his mama is the mama they give him. Not really they rich like that, so it's important that he has very good other streams of income. Yeah, so he feels like the only way to do that is by jumping into this kind of this kind of organizations that tell you just put 10,000 naira tomorrow you see 20,000 naira. When will you guys grow up? Like, I mean, there are so many things in this country that we are supposed to be more focused on, right? Again, I get it. You're looking for how to make money. I mean, by any means, but try as much as possible to ensure that whatever means you're trying to make money, first of all, makes sense. Secondly, is legal. Do you understand? Because somebody telling you just put 10,000 naira, you get 20,000 naira, no matter the week. Why you not asking the person what exactly is your own interest? Because person will one dash me 10,000 naira extra. I suppose not waiting in they also do to get the money. Do you understand? I beg, all of us we need to wake up. Oh. Make on a jazz up. I beg. Jazz up. I don't need you to take relaxer to relax. Mbano. I need you to jazz up. I need you to be awake. Be awake. All right, so we will go straight into straight eggs. See when I'm sitting here, I tell you things I'll ask. I mean, the way I see it. Do you understand? So it's on you to either be a hypocrite or you join the saints. Understand? I'm a saint. All right, so straight egg. The first one from Molly P says, "Who brainwash us to think made in China means low quality?" My guy, my guy, my guy. I'm not even going to lie. Who actually did? But again, see, most of even the things that we complain about back then when we were younger, that would say, "Oh, this thing is made in China." I mean, I feel like the durability actually was worth it, right? But again, most of us we use certain items and we kind of misuse it. So at the end of the day, it doesn't last long, and we'll take it back to not China made product. Oh, that China made product. I really don't know. I think the most recent one is the one of Abba. It's not even most recent. Something that almost every Nigerian should be used to by now, except of course you're not in this country. If not, Whenever you see any kind of product, in short, oh no, no, no. Let me give you guys this. It's not even an update. I think some people that get clothes and all, you would know it. Now I there's this group I'm in, right? Where they buy clothes. I mean, you'll be able to know trending outfits and all of that. And I'm seeing one outfit. According to this person, it is Zara, whatever. And back of my head, I'm very sure. First off, this is not how Zara, products looks like. So back of my head, I'm like, what kind of bag is this? Like, and I think also people should learn to. I don't know if it's my thing, right? You would never see me carry all of this branded whatever. It's not like I don't like them, but again, why carry fake things? And that's why somebody went on this. There's this show that somebody went on, and but according to the person was posting on a Gucci outfit. Tell me what an S is doing in the word Gucci. Like it was so crazy. And you're asking the guy, what outfit is that? Like, the annoying part. The dollars that he said he bought it for. Back of my head, I'm like, sure, you're gonna go rest. I mean, you're not go rest. But honestly speaking, right? I don't know who told us that China products are not, of high quality. Well, yeah, I mean, that's something that we grew up to know, even down to Abba made products as well. Even most of the things that we actually even use here, and you see made in China, most of them are not made in China. Let's not lie. Now, bad people do them. They can't put. See, let's call it spade a spade. Let's not lie. Because again, when you see certain kind of product or certain kind of item or something, you will always want to ask, what exactly is this? And I feel like that's where the problem actually lies. Because again, I'm not saying Abba people are not doing well. They are trying. My mom is from that place, so this is not an insult to them or shade or anything. But I'm just saying that, assuming our government can really see how resourceful, those people are, right? They have resources, they utilize them and the products that we have right now. So imagine what money is being put into that. All the machines, see, there's really nothing that China can do that Nigeria cannot do. Do you understand? Yeah, there's really nothing we cannot do. Again, we even have the resources, we have the minerals, we have everything. So the fact that even down to toothpick, we are importing it, it's supposed to be a slap on our face, actually. We are in that space where we have all of these things. Why import? When what you need to do is, what machines, do they use to produce each of these things? Bring it down here to Nigeria. There's so many people that are willing to learn, that are willing to even work for free. Let's not lie. Do you understand? So the fact that even down to toothpick we're importing, shout out to Abba people, actually, because those are the people that have actually shown that regardless of what is going on, no matter whether they have funds or not, at least they try. They make an effort. Me personally, I buy their stuff. I like to buy things that are made by Nigerian people. Yeah, because again, that's one way to actually push the market further. You understand? It's not every time that we have to buy Birkin bags and get in Gucci and get Versace and all of that. There are times where you also see the things that is made here in Nigeria and you get them, because it only shows. That's for me. That's you just being. The Nigerian that you are. Do you understand? When people claim every time I'm a Nigerian, but yet your action doesn't speak of it. You always assisting people. There's this babe I know that makes what's the name, that makes shoes. I buy. It might not be of very standard quality like that of the westerns, but again, it also shows that you are helping the market, because if she has the money to get those machines that those people use, the chemicals and all of these things that makes them have very high quality products. If she has the money, she will get it. Do you understand? So really, it takes us back. So that there are so many things to touch on this. But coming back to this, yeah, I don't think many China products are actually of low quality. I think most of those made in China are really not made in China. It is somebody within the corner that made it and put in whatever China there, so that again the person is able to sell. Because if you go and put a country that would not know, not many persons will buy it. Let's not lie. Again, it takes us back to the fact that many people are more concerned about other products that comes from outside the country to Nigeria, instead of them to always want to appreciate and add value to whatever that we see in the country that people produce. Moving on to the next from Praise John. This one says, so this boy cheated on his babe. She found out. He apologized with 30 million. Hey! Hey, booby! It is important to emphasize on that. What? That's a million. They did not tell us what currency it is. Say, I like to say it's in Naira. Let's leave it in Naira. You understand? 30 million naira. She took it and still broke up with him. Yes, that's a smart baby. You understand? That's a smart girl. But let's dissect this a bit. First of all, I'm not sure this is true. But is this kind of thing they happen? I want more talk this kind of thing they really happen. Like does it happen? I'm just thinking about it. I don't know. I mean, it might just be a cooked up whatever, but let's assume that it happened. I mean, I feel like the girl actually knows her worth. She knows that she's an achalugo. You understand? She knows she's an achalugo, and if the odogo is not ready to pay, you do what? You move on to the next odogi. Honestly speaking, if this is actually true, that a guy apologized to 30 million naira. I mean, there are people that 30 million naira is more like 10,000 naira to them. So, yeah, it's possible that, the person apologized for 30 million. Can that guy locate me, please? I'm so sorry, but like, 30 million. Hey, do you know what 30 million naira will do for me? You might not be able to really start up my car business. The way I said the car business, I'm very optimistic. I want to own my own. You understand? Oh Lord, I'm looking forward to that actually. But coming back to it, right? The 30 million naira might not go really far, but I know you can start something here in Nigeria that can, fetch us the money later in the future for us to now have our own car collections. Amen. Amen. All right. So the last on this on Street X we have here. God I beg. No let lecturer where do CBEX mark my exam scripts. See, this is not just a prayer. This will be a decree. I'm so sorry, but when you see any kind of thing, because if you see the amount, I mean, the people that put in their money into this business, I mean, because to them it was a very good, it was a good business that would bring in money. Again, it does not make any sense. You're telling somebody put 10,000 naira to collect 20,000 naira, and you do not ask. I beg. But honestly speaking, like I said, this is supposed to be like I decree and declare. No lecturer that puts money into this thing should mark my script, because guy, let's try to let's try to see the realities of this. Now, a man that have actually put his money into this thing and find out later that he has been duped. Let's assume that it was maybe it's life savings. Yeah, it's life savings, because again, I'm looking at the man to be a lecturer. He should be in his 40s or early 50s, right? And that is supposed to be like his retirement plan. Oh my lord. Oh my, oh Saloma. Then he I mean then he had the story that, oh, okay, this thing is it's fraud and all of that, and he has tried to calm himself down, maybe take some bottle of, maybe of beer or whatever, and he's a bit calm, but it's the anger is still there, the pain, everything is still there, and he comes to the class, he does whatever, you guys do test and submit it and all of that, and he's about to mark your script, and first off, he noticed that your handwriting is not handwriting in. That's the first problem he's going to have. He's going to say, who is this one? Like, show us trust in me. What is this? That's the first comment. Then probably when he looks at the first question, and your answer is probably not answering. It's just going to look at the name. If see, God will not punish punish you that you're probably not. He's probably one of his favorites, students, right? Just know that your Casablanca has just started, because hey, it's going to be a lot for real. But yeah, emphasis on this actually on that part on this particular tweet. I feel like Papa J actually got it right, because anyway, try as much as possible for your boss not to be part of the persons that put their money inside there. If month ends, you not go and by mistake put on the group that ma, please, it is a third of this month. It's a new month, ma. You've not paid us for last month. She's not going to, of course, if it's a boss that is very bougie and all, she's not going to talk too much. She's just going to tell the HR, hello, please, after you pay this person, his salary, and send a sack letter together with it. And well, that's going to be so chaotic. I'm not even going to lie. It's going to be so chaotic. See, on this one, people should not take it as joke or anything. No, it is not. It is no joke, man. It is no joke at all. See, try as much as possible this period to be talking to people very softly. See, if you see somebody say, "Ekaro, good morning, how are you?" If the person is like, "Ibolachi, good morning," see, be very calm about it. If the person is your destiny helper, forget it. There's not destiny for you again. There's no destiny for you again. Because again, you know what it is for someone to put a lot of money into something. At the end of the day, it doesn't work out well. See, for this week, avoid some people. Till the end of the month, avoid some people. I beg. This is me trying to avoid some people. So let me go on this short break to come back with the gist for you. Stay with us.
This season on Heartlines, we're committed to making a difference in people's lives. So Heartlines, in partnership with Reda Consult, is offering 12 free slots of counseling every quarter for people in need of professional counseling. Additionally, we're taking on 2 pro bono cases for individuals navigating a challenging divorce. To participate, please send an email to counsel@vedaconsult.com with your story. Our team will carefully review all submissions and will contact all the shortlisted candidates. Heartlines is live Mondays to Fridays at 10 p.m. So engage with us.
Nigeria, by extension Africa, battles a growing youthful population, and with little or no meaningful engagement, leaves a ticking time bomb on our hands. We are a blessed continent with great wealth, both in people and material. Our focus on ways remains driving conversations that affects us all. Topics in the news, social concerns, politics, leadership, governance, empowerment, resource management, conflict management, finance, SME sustainability, technological innovation, food security, health, education, brain drain, our well-being, citizenship, and much more. Our goal is to continuously drive these conversations, keep them burning at the table to effect a positive change, both for our nation and continent. Ways, what are you saying, has a secret ingredient that completes the conversation every single episode, and that ingredient is you. Our past conversations shaped our yesterday. To shape our tomorrow, we must keep talking. So, I want to hear you. Be a part of our live conversations Mondays through Fridays. And let's all have our say.
Tell us you're a Nigerian without saying a word. Energy security is one of the most pressing issues for many developing countries like Nigeria. And if there's going to be any meaningful progress, addressing our energy issues is non-negotiable.
I need to see light from my house. Make them do something.
Band A is expensive. I literally have to turn off all my appliances just to reduce costs.
We need light.
Introducing the Energy Outlook, your go-to show for everything energy. Every week, we'll bring you the latest insights, innovation, and in-depth analysis of Nigeria's energy sector. From policy discussions to regulatory insights, we will analyze the key decisions influencing growth and sustainability in the energy sector. We'll bring you the human stories behind the headlines, giving you a personal perspective on the broader energy challenges. Join me every Friday at 6 p.m. for the Energy Outlook, your guide to the future of energy, where energy means business.
Hi, my name is Rasa Ariman, that Afro Hair Goddess, and this is Gossip Gala.
Hello guys, my name is Larry Hector, your favorite fashion and lifestyle content creator, and you're currently watching Gossip Gala. Keep watching, guys. Do not move a muscle. Ciao.
Hi guys, you already know it's a girl B to the E to the E to the E to Y, period. And shout out to Gossip Gala, love you.
Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm super excited as we welcome Victoria Wilson to the show. I mean, she's a multi-award winning broadcast journalist, a seasoned international event plenty, accomplished voiceover artist, and a proficient communication specialist. Hey, all of this bio alone is giving. I see. I have myself all figured out. You guys should deal with yourselves. How are you,
Wait,
my love?
I am great. How are you?
I'm good. You look very beautiful. I'm not even going to lie. See, I don't think your pictures are
How
doing
to say
justice.
gay.
No, no. Thank you so
Thank
much for coming on
you.
the show today.
Thank you.
Thank you. So let's talk a bit about how you started the journey, right? Because I like Amebo. I don't know about other people. I like to tell people things. I love Amebo so much. So I want you to put us on how you started, how you entered into the media, given that you're both like into the TV, radio. I mean, you're just everywhere. I'd like you to give me updates on how that is before we even move into the main topic for today.
Okay. So I see media as something that I have been doing for a very long time since I was a child, basically. And but I started doing it professionally in 2018. When I got out of university, and then I just know that I knew at that point that I don't want to stay at home. You know this thing that they say, people will sit down at home and start looking for that, like, God, please, I don't want to look for a job. I came out with the first class. I wanted to work in NNPC, but then, while going through that process of, application and all, I'm like, I need to do something with my life. I can't be sitting down, waking up, sleeping, and all of that. And then I started putting myself out there, went for training because I realized I could talk. I love hosting because from primary school, my mom was a teacher. She is a teacher. Okay. And every time there's an end of the year party, she'd say, oh, my daughter will be the MC, and I'm always emceeing events. So I know that I love to talk. Even while in school, I host VC events. And I'm like, okay, so let's just put a certificate in there because I like to get certified. I like certificates. I like to read. That's another thing. I'm like, let's just put a certificate to this thing and let me just do it. I was just playing around, Then did that. After that, the organizer said, oh, there's an opening at Silverbird Television. I think you should audition. I'm like, okay, let's just go audition. To tell you that I didn't even put the thing in mind. I called all my friends. There's audition, let's go. It's supposed to be private, but I told everybody because I wasn't really putting my mind there. I'm like, I'm going to NNPC. I don't have time for all this, But then we auditioned and I got the job.
I love it.
2018 and this is 2025. Here I am, trapped in
come
media.
on.
Trapped.
You're not trapped. It's not like you're not enjoying it, but the bag with the bag,
I
you're
am
like,
enjoying it. Thank God.
I see what you did
We're
there.
just doing our best. Yeah, I'm just doing my
like that.
best. I'm just doing my best to make
Well
good
done.
use of every opportunity that comes my way. And, what is worth doing is worth doing well. And being that I like to aim for the stars. If I find myself doing anything, I like to put in my best, give it my all, and make sure that I stand out. Because it doesn't make sense that you're in a field and you're not standing out. You can't be just in the crowd. You need to have something that defines you or differentiates you from every other person.
Yeah.
And it's just being me and just making sure that I'm doing well.
I like it.
Thank you.
Well done. So let's go straight into the topic. The topic of today is media impact on public perception, right? So I want us to talk a bit about media, right, and how people actually perceive it. Because again, we have social media, we have the traditional media, and we see the kind of things that that comes out from it. Most of the times, are propagandas. I mean. You know
Everything is just planned,
exactly. So we have people beneath that just say, this one, no, I'm going to take this story. We can't do this here. We have to take something else. I mean, there's a lot of bias and all of that. So let's talk a bit about how people actually perceive it and what you think should happen. Because again, you really cannot help when you see certain news, right? Most of the times you don't even know if this news are true, if this news are false, right? So let's even also talk about, media literacy. How do we impact people for them to know that, this one is a propaganda and this one is an actual news?
How do you help people understand that this is a propaganda and this is actually
because again, this is something that's really happening even on social media.
Since you've mentioned social media, and then we're in times and seasons where media, apart from the traditional media, television, radio, when it comes to social media, digital media, it's now about business. Right. What are you putting out there? Is there traction? and the numbers rolling in.
Right.
That's what digital media and social media is about right now.
Right.
So educating people on what to know, how to know what is true and what is false becomes dicey when it comes to social media. So this is where the traditional media comes in. That's the real media, which I practice as a broadcast journalist. So you know that whatever you see on TV has been verified and is actual news. But what goes on social media, you cannot control it 100%. This is Nigeria, not China, where they control what goes on social media, you know? This is Nigeria. Everybody, there's freedom of expression. There's freedom of posting. You know, everything you put out there, it depends on, people are using social media to make money.
Yeah.
So you cannot start saying, people, if it is not true, please don't post. They want the views. YouTube is paying. Facebook is paying.
Right.
I think Instagram is paying as well, you know, in certain ways. So people want the traction. So you cannot control, you have no control over people's personal spaces or pages. But we as media practitioners, people in the broadcast journalism space, people in print media, we have a duty as professionals to tell the true story. So when people see things on social media, they can say, oh, it's on social media, it could be false. Let me watch this station on TV to verify. Let me listen to the radio to verify if it's true. It did actually happen. Please, I've listened to the radio. It did not happen. Please, you know, that is what separates us and differentiates us from social media. So I think it's just common knowledge that, because we have rules that binds us on traditional media. There are rules that governs us on print media. There are rules that governs us on TV, radio. There's a way you can dress. There's certain news you can't put out because it has to be verified. You know, you have to be sure that this thing really happened. We've done research, we've done to investigate, and you're sure that this thing happened on so dates before we cast the news, before we say this happened. So I think it's easy.
So what you're saying on propaganda, because I hear you, but again, there's still that force of most of the things that, you know, even traditional media put out there is something that they're already okay with. If not, if it's something that has to do with maybe one of the babas that
maybe you should be specified.
Maybe
you should specify.
You want me to use the word
Because
allegedly?
If you don't specify, then I cannot say exactly. Because what I can say truly is that the difference between traditional media and social media is that we put out verified news, while social media would only put out things that they... You haven't you seen on social media during the NSAS protest?
Yeah.
You see people posting things that happened years ago.
Yeah.
And they're telling you it's happening right now on social media, causing chaos and panic everywhere. And then it's now in our own it's our own duty to now come out and say, see, this thing that is posted is a footage from 3 years ago. Please be careful. And we say it a lot. Please be careful about things that you put out, because media plays a very solid role in people's perception, in framing people's perception. It can even lead to people even having heart attack if you're not careful of what you put out. So some people don't even care when it comes to social media. They only care about the numbers, the money and all, not thinking about people's mental health as well while they put those things out. So I think what just differs traditional media from social media is the genuinity and the factual news that we put out, and not just hocus pocus.
So I hear you, right? Now let's talk about social media, since that's what we're on right now.
Okay.
Now, do you think there should be regulations? I mean, you made mention of China. There's even Korea. I think the North Korea, they don't allow certain things exactly. So do you think Nigeria should be, we should get to that space? Because again, like you made mention of the fact that when certain things are put on social media, it's not even about, the likes or whatever. Because again, many people, you know, are disturbed by whatever that is put on. So there's some things I say on social media, I'm like, this one too. Like, what exactly is this doing here? Do you get what I'm saying? There are some things that personally I have an issue with. Like, why exactly am I seeing you do certain things on social media? I don't want to be specific because before they drag me, I like to be direct. I say things the way they are. Do you get what I'm saying? So do you think there should be rules and regulation, and it should come from the government now? What do you think? What are those rules or what are those policies that you think should be put in so that we can somehow be able to curb certain things that are on social media and the kind of things that are posted there?
I personally think that there should be rules and regulations.
Okay.
Social media should be regulated, and it starts with the individuals, right? I say it every time. Social media should be disciplined. Like you should be disciplined as to the kind of contents that you put out. I don't know, because this perception of a thing is everything.
Right.
It's what you put out that people would use to judge you. Don't judge a book by its cover.
But
Make sure you read the book. Before I will get to read the book, it's the cover I'll see first.
I mean,
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I will judge you by the cover of your book. So I think it starts with individuals.
right.
Should government come in? I love what China does. I love what South Korea does. I mean, you can only see educational content, and that's why they are improving. That's why
Yeah,
they are
and
where they
technology.
are in the world today. And that's why we are where we are in the world today.
Yeah, we-
We like rubbish. I'm sorry. We like
Oh my
rubbish.
God.
We don't have time. I mean, I currently have a show that's focused on mental health, helping people go through and bringing therapy to people.
Right.
It's expensive. And I know there's something that's not common here. But when people want to sit down and watch, no, they just want to laugh and be happy for 5 minutes.
Don't you also think
Do you
it's because of
understand?
the problem that we have in this country?
The problem, you will laugh for 5 minutes. You will
And you
come
will
back
face
and
the
you
problem.
will face the problem.
Oh my
You will
God.
keep wasting data on nonsense. And at the end of the day, say, data is expensive. Why
My
would
God.
it be expensive? Because you're not doing anything productive with your
Yeah.
data. You know? So it starts with individuals. Should government come in? Yes, government can come in. But can they come in now? Unfortunately, they do not have the balls to come in.
You say
You
our
know-
government don't have the balls.
No, they don't. If they even try it, people will revolt. The last time they tried it with Twitter, what do people do? They were like,
Amen.
what right do they have to ban Twitter? What right does the government have to? Why? Because our government hasn't put in place the infrastructure, the things that can actually take the youth's mind away from these frivolous activities. I call them frivolous because they're not using social media to do anything.
Right.
If you tell them to quit social media, what will they do?
I hear you.
Facebook is paying. And to get the views on Facebook, you have to post the nonsense.
Yeah.
If you don't do nonsense, you will not get the
You will
views
not
that will
trend.
give you money.
Okay.
Facebook is paying freely, easily. Whereas you have graduates, first class graduates,
My God.
people that graduated with first class like me, that are roaming the streets and have no jobs.
Right.
And then they find out that social media is the new money-making machine. And they're doing it, they're making money. And you say government should stop it. First of all, if you tell me to stop social media, you are regulating it. You're saying no more Facebook, no more... Have you provided something else for me?
I hear you.
You know, I know that this man no man thing is everywhere in the world, but it's worse in this climate where even your certificates, your qualifications do not get you the exact job that you want. You know, you have to know somebody that knows. So what happens to the people that have worked hard and don't know anybody?
Right.
They are roaming the streets. And social media is no respecter of if you know anybody or not. Social media will bless you whether you are from, you know, we've seen many people go from rags to riches through the use of social media.
Right.
And you say you want to ban social media. Why?
But some people would also tell you that the world is evolving. And so when I hear you, I hear you, right? But there's something you made mention of the fact that for you to know if a news is legit or not, you just, I mean, if you hear it on social media, still go to the radio or to
Or
the TV
TV
station.
to verify.
Exactly. But there are people, young people that would differ and tell you that who watches TV anymore? Nobody watches TV
People
anymore.
watch TV. No, people watch TV. I can tell you category. People watch TV.
Would
Yes.
you compare it to like 10 years, 20 years ago?
No,
exactly.
you can't compare. But if you want factual news, I know there are still some platforms online that give, even the ones online, sometimes they just want the traffic and they post what's going on. Do you understand?
Exactly.
So you cannot even, but on TV, nobody, you can, because if you post the wrong thing, you're going to pay fine. So there are rules and regulations. I'd rather take my news from a place that's regulated, you know, than from a space that's not regulated and anybody, any Tom, Dick or Harry can post anything. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's easy to differentiate. if you want to just go with social media, just know that you're going with social media. You're not looking for facts. You're looking for what's trending. Even our mothers fall into that category. Just send it to you. See what they said. They said the moon is going to come out at 9 o'clock.
Oh, my mama did that one time. Oh, Lord.
Remove your phone from your hand. Don't charge your phone at 10 p.m. because, you know, unfortunately, that's the world we live in. But the difference is clear.
Yeah. So as we begin to, you know, before we go on a break, right? Now let's talk about, we've seen the impact. We've talked about the impact. Now, let's talk about solutions now. Because, again, we've talked about both the negative part and the positive part. I mean, the media has on people, right? The perception, the fact that it changes the way we see things and all. And so just yesterday, I was having a conversation with someone. And on the show, I keep saying, oh, what the H, and all of that. I'm back of my head because, again, I'm a Gen Z. We've made it a norm that, oh, it's part of the sentence, it's part of the... Do you get what I'm saying? But again, he was like, that's a vocal word, right? It's something that you're not supposed to...
It's a vulgar word.
Yeah, vulgar word, exactly. It's not something that you're supposed to say. It's not, I mean, allowed in TV and all of that. But again, it's something that our generation has... We are flown with it, we are with it, we are together with it. So let's start talking about solutions, right? What exactly should be done? Because again, with that mindset of, oh, TV is going, we have more of social media now. The social media that is the latest place to get news and all of that. I mean, if we have the likes of VDM calling out certain people, that even
calling out news. Calling out is not news now.
But at least to some extent, he gives us what we want to hear. I mean, speaking about the public
of course.
Perception now.
I love VDM. Let's not even go there. I love VDM I love what he does. But you cannot 100% say that everything you see on social media is unbiased. That's my point.
No, I hear you, like I said.
Most times we hear from one side, we don't hear from the second
other
side.
side.
That's
right.
why we have news programs where you bring the two parties and they come and say their own side of the story. And it's now left to you, the audience, to judge. But you see stories that you see on social media where one person is playing God or telling a biased side of the story. It's not complete.
Right.
It's incomplete.
Okay. So what should be the solution now? Because it's literally solution based that we're talking on.
Solution. Solution. I've said solution. I've hinted on solutions in some of the things that I said. I said it starts with the individual. Right. First of all, let's all take it as a responsibility to put out verified news. If there's a protest tomorrow, it's not an opportunity for you to now go and start bringing videos from 100 years ago and putting up there and causing chaos. If there is something happening, let's stick to the facts, you know. Let's tell unbiased stories and tell your story the way only you can. You know, social media has gotten to the point where you now have to take charge of what you have to tell your story yourself. If not, somebody else will tell it for you. You have to be careful of what you put out there. You might post something now and say, no, I'm just having fun. It's nothing. Everybody, and somebody else will read me. She posted this on October. You know, social media never forgets. She posted this also said date. That means they will start reading meaning to what everything. You are not even reading. So as individuals, we should take charge of how we tell our story, what we tell people through our posts on social media. And we should always look for the truth. We should always look for the truth. I know that there's no black, white. There's nothing that is purely black or white. There's always something. There's always an undertone, right?
Exactly.
But let's just stick to facts. Let's stick to facts. To the point that even our leaders are falling short of these things, you know, falling into these traps.
Do you want us
and
to
using social media? Yes, we can. Using social media to push a certain propaganda. You know, in real life, you say something else. When you come on social media, you say something else. Yeah. And then people because people are mainly on social media, they are going with that thing you said on social media and fighting. The country is where it is now, even in... I don't even want to mention certain things because of social media. So I feel like we can do better. The government can even do better to regulate it. But the reason why they cannot do it 100% is because
their interest is in it.
Their interest is in it. They are gaining from it. I think
because
they have
with what you just said now, they are.
Yeah,
to some extent.
they've not put. Yeah, they are because they were not gaining before. They never liked it. But it's because they have seen that
the usefulness, the power
they've seen the power that it gives, and the fact that people listen to them on social media. They're not using it. But I think that they can even regulate it.
Right.
But the reason why they can't is because they have not put in place proper infrastructures. You know, where are the jobs? There are no jobs. So you cannot just wake up one morning and say you're banning Facebook. How dare you? Do you understand?
Oh, wow.
Where are the what do you want me to do? Where's electricity?
Right.
I tried to start a business and the business is not booming because there's no light. And you want to ban social media where I can make money whether there's light or not. How dare you? Do you understand? So they need to make life a little bit easier for their people, provide the basic amenities, do what needs to be done, do what the government does for its people. It's a government of the people, for the people, by the people. We've put you there, it's of us, we're paying you, but you are not satisfying us. So if you do what you need to do, provide basic amenities, provide the things that a normal man needs.
Yeah.
Just like abroad, a layman can still eat. It's not that bad.
Amen.
You know, provide these things, and then you can now say, okay, because we have done this,
we don't want to ban
we
this.
don't want Instagram again. But now you can't. So I think the government needs to step up in that area.
I like that. I honestly speaking, I like that. All right, let's quickly go on the shop break, guys, to come back with the mid tea. You understand? This one is first tea. Let's, go for more tea. Stay with us.
Hi, it's your girl, Look Rose, and I'm giving a shout out to Gossip Gala. Mwah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dr. Craze, aka Craze Clan, aka Did This Shock You, aka Papa Ade, and you are watching Gossip Gala. The gist is the gala. Chop 'em.
Hi, I'm Abigail Tiwala Nubi. Shout out to Gossip Gala.
And yes, we are back for the tea. Amiable, you understand? All right, let's go straight in. Is it his first story yet? Or this first Amiable? I'm so much in love with it because, again, I feel like it's something that, we need to be talking about. You understand? It's nothing serious. Just calm down, calm down. When I say something to talk about, people will be thinking it's not that deep. Don't worry, it's not that deep. Let's talk about the Real Housewife of Lagos.
Oh God.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Did you watch it? Let's even start with that.
No, I did not.
Why now?
But does not
How
mean...
did we want to have the band?
You didn't tell me you want to talk about Real Housewives of Lagos. However...
Tell me.
It's not... I'm not... Before you say, who doesn't watch? I guess I did not watch it. But I follow up... I follow all the snippets on social media because we are on social media. There's no way you scroll, you see something. So it's not like I'm in the dark. Yeah.
Okay. So let me quickly read this out because there's a lot to it, honestly. So we have here the Real Housewives of Lagos Season 3 reunion, hosted by Uti Wachuku. Shout out to Uti, by the way. Delivered intense drama and emotional revelations. The event featured confrontations among cast members. We have Karo, we have Dabota, we have Adeola Adeyemi, we have Sophia. And finally, Miriam. Do I say Miriam Adeyemi? Now known as Tima. Hey, for those that watch it, you understand. So let's talk about these queens, right? Again, I feel like this season was a beautiful one. I really loved it. But again, I feel like there's a lot of things that happened, right? I feel like the drama was started properly. When we started watching from season 1, season 2, episode 1, episode 2, in my head, I'm like, what's going on here? Can we just get to the tea again? Yeah, because
you like Amebo. Can you get to the tea?
Oh, Jesus. That is why I'm here. See, I'm born for it. You understand? All out for it.
Tea woman. All right, let's go.
Let's talk about the ladies, right? I like the fact that you said you watch, some short
snippets,
clips, on social media. Now, which of the women, right, do you think probably stood out for you? For me, it's always Laura because, again, if you watch from season 1, she started off with the whole... I think she herself is the drama. Probably that's the reason why there's no drama from the episode 1 down to... I think it was from 10 or from 9 that we started having, drama in this season. So what do you think about the women? Let's start with that. What do you think about the Real Housewife of Lagos? As a program or as a TV series, what do you think about that? And what do you think about the women in this particular season?
Well, whatever anybody does to put food on their table is a nice initiative. So I'm not going to be here to say, oh, it's not a good. It's good because it's getting the tractions needed. People are watching it. I think
if you're called to be a cast,
has its own audience.
If you're called to be a cast, will you be part?
I'm not a wife yet. I'm not a housewife.
It's what
yet.
Okay.
But anyways, we have people that are housewives.
Exactly.
So if I was called to
just
be on
have
the
a
cast,
daughter
I
and you're
will.
fine. You don't even need to have a daughter because Choma was on the last season.
Why not? I will. Why not? It's for more views.
Anything to put money on your table.
Anything to put money on your table. I'm an Igbo girl. Anything to put money on your table. I think it's a nice initiative. Daria Talade did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Producing this. I think, but at first when I started watching because I followed season 1.
Back to back.
So this is season 3, right?
Season
3. I followed season 2.
Back to back.
Like I watched. So at some point I felt it was a toxic show.
Hey. At what point? In
season 1, because they were always fighting, always saying bad things about themselves. And I'm like, why is this show so toxic? What's this? I don't know how to survive in a toxic environment. So I don't even like it. But I like the fact that, they fight, they settle, and all of that. It's just we women.
Right.
Where 2 or 3 women are gathered,
there
will
must be
chaos.
You don't have to think about that.
There must where 2 or 3 women are gathered. There must be chaos. It's not possible. See the way we're laughing now. If we're to be put together, it will be chaotic.
That got me, bro.
Unfortunately, it's not like where men are gathered.
Yeah.
Women, there's always chaos, and I think that's the beauty of the show. So no matter how hard we say, because I know there are people that must have said like me, this show is so toxic.
Right.
But at the end of the day, while watching it, you find out that it's just reality.
I mean,
women toxicity.
5 and 6.
5 and 6 in one, and they are now 5. So
I think it's on even 6. They're 6.
6, yeah. So where Dabota and Sophia arguing about
the issue with boats.
Who owns boats?
My dear,
boats,
we not knew now that Sophia did not have a boat.
No, it's not like she did. That's the thing. So you are moving with the social media people. That's
it's
the thing.
A lie.
So the difference between
even we watched the reunion. We watched it.
Wait.
Sorry now.
You watched it. I just watched snippets and I got the juice. The difference between me and you is that I don't go with people's comments on social media. I listen.
You listen
to get the juice. Ahead. So you are a social media person.
No, it's a lie.
So we've classified ourselves social media reunions. So I listened and I found out that it's not that Sophia does not have a boat. She has a boat.
Okay.
But unfortunately, when she was going to the beach for their hangout, something happened with her boats or something. So her team had to act fast, think fast, and provided another boat which was rented.
Yeah.
It does not change the fact that she has a boat. I don't know how somebody will come out and be claiming that she has a boat if she does not have a boat. Well, that's her problem. But from what we gathered, like from what I gathered from the conversations that were had, it was obvious that she has a boat. It's not like she does not have a boat, but she did not go to that beach with her boat, like the snippets insinuated.
Right.
It was always like, I was waiting for my boat. If I have a boat, I have a boat. All those things. It wasn't necessary. So I think she has a boat, but she didn't go with her boat.
Okay. So this is it here. Now, the thing is, you need to say how she's what. So this is it here, right? So I think she has a boat, but it wasn't like something that she bought with her own money. It was something of, I think, her boyfriend was suing.
Whether they gifted you the boat
or you bought it yourself, it is still your boat.
It's your boat. Your boat is your boat.
I get that point. But again, there are ways to go about it. Because the way she was literally telling Dabota about the whole boat thing, it was more like, babe, I took out money from my purse and I bought a boat. So again, it goes back to the fact that we women, we like to showcase, we like to show off.
Not every woman.
Not every woman, but majority, right? There's that, that urge to always tell people that, oh, this is what I have. Guy, honestly speaking, there was really no even conversation. There was no need for the fight. There was no need for the back and forth. I know for sure that Bota kind of, to some extent, kind of overreacted. But again, it's not really her fault because take it back to Caro. Now Caro costs all this casala. Where would they talk about? You get what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know, there would have been no issue for this. And if you hear when Sophia was talking about the boat, it was more like she went to the place, she took out money, and she's like, oh, I want this.
Well, from a production perspective, I feel like from an understanding perspective, because I like to give people.
It's like you like stuff.
I like
Let's
to
start
give
with
people,
that because
I like to give people a
biases.
chance. No, I like to give people a chance. So from the understanding side point of view, I feel like you're getting into a space. Sophia did not start with them.
Right.
She joined the show along the way. Yeah. So you're getting into a space where you have powerful women, about 5 or so. And then you cannot just come and just be there.
Right.
So she needed to make a mark.
Exactly.
And she had to start with.
And I feel like that's what happened.
So that was what happened. So I can't blame her for making a mark. She tried. At least she made us talk about. She made people, not us. She made people talk about her, and then they knew that somebody is here. Unlike some people that have featured in the past that just came and just played friend, and there was no extra drama to them. I think I'm sure they would want to bring her if there's a season 4 again because she brought the drama, and that's what the show is about. The show is about drama. So if you're there and you're not bringing drama, what's the point?
What exactly are you doing there? Just like I said, right, when I was watching the season, from episode 1 down to 3, in my head I'm like, what's going on here? Can this be a bit more spicy? Because they're just having like the normal usual, this one is throwing a party, the next person is throwing a party and all. Okay, we'll talk about this other person. Now let's talk about Deola. Who is Deola? Because on the season, I don't get it. At first, I was seeing her as a sweetheart. She is a sweetheart, actually. But you see that thing that she did at Miriam's event? Back of my head, I'm like, I didn't see this from Deola, actually. Because again,
where she wore the t-shirt and jeans.
My jeez. You know when you're that person where you're always quiet, you're always calm. But when somebody does it like this, you just bring everything all out. And honestly speaking, that's why I felt like this stuff would have not ended the way it did, because I feel like that's where the drama actually just started. A typical
so you didn't want them to settle.
No. That's also the problem. What exactly is that settling for? Like, no, I think it's only
this girl is a devil.
It's only just help
I take that back.
The show. No, I got you. But you get what I'm saying, because
I like it because women can fight and still settle. We must not be enemies all the time. And I think that's what's the message that it tried to drive. Why won't they settle?
But
what she did was bitchy though.
That's what I'm saying, baby.
I like that energy. You give me fire, I give you fire.
Simple.
That's life.
And I think that's why I so much love Laura, right? Because again, like I said earlier, I feel like she's the drama. She knows if you watch the season 1 with me and the season 2, she knows what I mean. She's at that point where the energy you give me is what I just reciprocate.
Yes, now aura for aura.
Baby, not too much drama. Honestly speaking, I'm one of those persons that just.
And Laura has always been I think Laura is who she is on and off camera.
Honestly,
because if you know Laura, I've been opportunity to know her a little bit, and I know that that's just who she is.
I love it.
And I know that they are very family conscious. And she talks about it that she's family.
Yeah.
You are not her sister, so you cannot kill her.
Do
you understand? It's not like you are her blood, and I like that. So every other person is just at arm's length. Whatever you do is what I give you back, and that's just because in life, how many friends do we really have? It's just reality, and she'll tell you, I'm not friends with anybody, but I'm cool with everybody. And that's just reality. And I think people should even accept that, because in real life too, you have men that just want to get close to you because of what they can get and acting like friends, but they're not your friends.
For real.
Fake everywhere.
For real. So as we begin to wrap up,
Yeah.
This one question for you about the show, right?
About Real Housewives of Lagos.
Yes.
Oh no.
So tell me, what's the whole? Why are you scared? So tell me, probably two women that stood out for you, and you tell me why. Actually, honestly, for me, I think it's just Laura on this one, because again, I like.
You said two, and you're giving me one.
Wait, should I go do now? This one be coming down. This your blood is rushing.
No, because you've been saying only Laura, so you have to lead by example. You said two.
Well, hello.
So start with two,
you see how they just went for me, Abby? Okay, I'll say Laura, and I would say Dabuta. Yeah, because again, regardless of all the things that happened, how stormy the sea is, she was just very calm. she was just very reserved about it. Do you get what I'm saying? Even when she wanted to, if she's coming back to tell you what it is.
I think there was a fight.
Hey, there was a fight now, but it was from Caro now.
Caro and
it's from Caro, yeah, now. You not see how Caro just carried it. What? Caro? Okay. Now tell me your 2 women.
My 2 women, I love all the women.
It's a liar. You go tell
I
me
love
too.
all of them. But actually, there's somebody that I am proud of in real life. That's Diadem.
Diadem.
Yeah, she moved from, grass to grace, and more grace. I'm so proud of her story.
Yeah.
I'm happy. I like it when women survive, they triumph, they conquer, and they become top. So she's someone I love.
Yeah.
So even watching her on this, I'm just like, I just like this girl.
And she's so
she cannot
fine.
do wrong in my eyes.
John,
She's fighting. Oh, she's fighting. Who provoked that damn now?
John, it has to be Miriam.
So Miriam.
Miriam. She's.
I do not hate her. I like her.
No, I don't hate her, but I don't like her either.
But yes, I'm just indifferent.
Exactly.
Then my second person has to be Laura. Maybe because I already know that she's a family person.
Amen.
And she's real. Diadem was also real. She was also real. And she's like, I'm not calm. So Diadem for me and Laura.
And we'll come to the end of the show.
Yay!
Thank you so much
finally,
for doing this with me. Isn't
I'm
it
not
finally?
Put on the spot to be saying who's my favorite and who is not my favorite. Thank
Stay
you.
with us, guys, till tomorrow.
Bye.
Hey bestie, my name is God's Beauty Israel. Thank you so much for always tuning in to Gossip Gala. But research has shown that you've probably not subscribed to our channel. Make a no fight you, but what are you waiting for? Quickly click that button now and subscribe so you don't miss out on all the juices.